all about effort, and I think sometimes we don't do our diligence in terms of talking about great rebounders with how they set up well before the shot, Kevin. There are plenty of guys that grab 4 or 5 rebounds a game but don't think about the shooter and where they're shooting from. Some of the great rebounders in our game understand where the ball is going to fly off the rim and get themselves in position early and often to do so.
I thought Dennis Rodman was maybe the best I've ever seen at his size do just that.
You know why, Kevin, is that they never asked him to shoot the ball. So that's all he had to think about.
Right. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Lethal shooting pair of Clay and KD out on the perimeter. Green is out there with DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Curry in at the point guard position. Offensive rebound outside for Redick. Covington wide open. He fires. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
And here's Golden State. 4-point game. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on the scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Covington. Back to Simmons. Redick against Thompson. Outside, Simmons. Clock at 6. Covington inside the line. And it's off the back rim. No good. And Saric kicks to Covington. And the rejection by Cousins.
How about Cousins with some gritty defense there, showing off his intimidating length on that rejection.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Well, there's a good feel that on the backside something was going to open up, and Cousins saw that.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Saric has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Curry passes to Cousins. Simmons pulls it in.
Just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
And Embiid throws it down.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
The screen from Thompson. Green dishes to Durant. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Simmons left side. And the rejection by Cousins. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's 7 points for Klay Thompson. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against Oklahoma City.
And we're able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend it.
Yeah, and they certainly did that. What they lacked in offense, they more than made up with defensively. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win all the same.
The 76ers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
One shot.
And that one misses.
Go back over the history of the Warriors, and something I'm quite familiar with growing up in the Bay Area. The fans of this team really suffered through a lot, now enjoying the golden age of Golden State Warrior basketball. Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon, because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Cousins, good D by Embiid.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Now the feed to Saric. And here's Simmons for 3. Simmons missing again.
You just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Outside, Green. It's stolen by Sharks. And Simmons kicks to Sharks. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Green. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in Oakland.
And really complete control of that game. If you recall, guys, they made sure they didn't have to sweat that one out down the stretch.
And the final score may not have indicated just how much they were in that one. They were clearly the dominant team.
Now here's Redick after the miss from Klay Thompson. And it's the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. And it's Green with the jam.
Unselfish play there from Klay. Fantastic at moving the ball that time to the open man.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Coach Steve Kerr. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Well, the challenge of facing this tough defensive squad is right at the front of their minds.
As it should be, because if they're not prepared for every look and matchup that D is going to throw at them, it'll be a long day.
I think he has them prepared, and now it's just a question of whether they can match the energy and intensity that this team always brings onto the floor.
Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. Mike Muscala is checked in for Sharch. Chandler comes in for Red Hot. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Fulton for Ben Simmons. When it comes, Brent, to the subject of intimidation, there are certain players who are just downright scary, intimidating to play against.
Insert one Rudy Gobert. I mean, has this guy in Utah not done a great job, Kevin, of manning up the middle in ways that we haven't seen for quite some time? Both him and Hassan Whiteside, along with DeAndre Jordan, those guys are pretty good down deep in the paint.
Absolutely. 76ers have shot just one free throw, missing that one earlier.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And the Warriors with some changes. Bell is checked in for Cousins. Jerebko comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Iguodala in for Durant. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Warriors have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And Thompson kicks to Jerebko. The screen from Thompson. From deep. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the left side wing. A shot by McConnell, no good.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested three is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
There's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose. And I love the energy on this play.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That is his first foul of the game. Amir Johnson's checked in for the 76ers. And Golden State also making a change. Livingston's checked in. Now here's Livingston. They set the pick. Thompson for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Thompson's got 13 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
He dishes it to Livingston. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul. Livingston with it. Now guarded by Fultz. Passes it to Thompson. 5 on the clock. Kept alive. A second chance effort. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
On the wing, Chandler. And he drops it in from the low post. Chandler's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Philadelphia making a change here. Simmons is checked in. Now here's Livingston, guarded by Simmons. Livingston kicks to Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing. 76ers have gone 7 of 15 from the field at this point. Outside, Simmons. Unable to get that one.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it. I watch Klay Thompson, and I see a player at that position who is as complete as you want in an offensive package. He can hurt you from deep or going to the rim, and guys defensively just never feel comfortable when you're trying to slow him down.
Here's Livingston after Ben Simmons' bucket. Livingston passes to Thompson. Iguodala against Chandler. Pocket 6. But they recover it. Livingston kicks to Bell. Thompson outside. It's deflected. Right side, Simmons. A 3. That one's not going to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now here's Livingston. Defense is right there. Second shot opportunity, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, after nearly being out of the league, Livingston has found an incredible role, a true warrior.
And with Thompson, so much of why he is effective, Brent, is that he has a myriad of ways to hurt you. Great post-up game, and he's really improved greatly on his finishing.
Well, everybody talks about Klay Thompson doing a better job of mixing it up. But the fact of the matter is this Golden State offense is predicated on players moving without the basketball. And Klay Thompson, certainly one of the most dangerous players in the league, much like Rip Hamilton during his years in Detroit. A weapon as soon as he caught the ball off of that movement. Love the way that Shaun Livingston goes to work when he's on the floor. He knows exactly what his strengths are and how to run an offense. He can act as a scorer at times and usually does it from that mid-range post area. As a guard, not many three-point shots, but devastating from about 8 feet out.
And with the height that Shaun Livingston has, he provides a mismatch for smaller guards. Also can pass right over the top of them. Brett, I got to tell you, he reminds me a bit of how you used to play.
Well, there's no way that I had that kind of post game, Kevin, but it's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Shaun does a great job, however, of finding the spots on the floor where he can be most effective. He does not try to do things whenever he's not at that 12 to 16 foot range where he does most of his damage.
Kevon Looney is checked in for your Red Crow. Out left to the wing. Here's McConnell. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. McConnell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Looney. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Great vision from Shaun Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
Philadelphia's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Here's Simmons. And it's Looney with the rebound.
Just not his night so far, guys.
To the paint, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Now, here's McConnell. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Outside, Simmons. And there it is for him.
No answer for Simmons, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
And that one misses.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. 76ers lead by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too. Not saying I don't. But they're both fans, and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Muscala, Wilson Chandler out there with Johnson. And it's T.J. McConnell, and it's Simmons in at the point guard. The first one falls. Well, Greg, you look at Wilson Chandler, and he is just perfect for coming off the bench.
And Chandler can be a bit of a streaky player, which is why he shifts between a starter and a sixth man, but he's fearless with the ball on the offensive end, and you can always count on him to kind of provide you with a spark.
Embiid, he's checked in for Muscala. Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the three, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram. I find it amazing, though, don't you?
I really do. And to say that the game is not better than it was, watching what these young players are capable of, and I'm just talking purely in terms of their skill. The game has come a long way. Happy to see it.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
And that's what we're seeing more and more. Point guards who can finish as well as they make the play.
There's the pass to Embiid. Over in the corner, Chandler. Back to Embiid. Dishes to Johnson. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Warriors. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Bell. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Steph Curry subbed in for Thompson. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Livingston kicks to Green. Curry wide open. Here's Cousins. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 6 rebounds in the game. Chandler dishes to Embiid. A shot off that time. Great D that time from Green. Ahead. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from DeMarcus Cousins.
And practically doubling his assist totals over the back half of his career. Durant's a more than willing facilitator. Whatever his team needs to win, he'll do it.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Well, for a long time, most media guides had Kevin Durant listed at 6'9". Most players and fans knew, Brent, that was dated information from when Durant first joined the league. He's clearly grown since entering the NBA.
It took a while for Kevin Durant to actually admit to the fact that he was 7 feet tall in shoes. So we finally have that tidbit of information that's so critical to whether or not Kevin Durant is a good player or a great player, right? I'm kidding, Kevin.
Yes. And Redick kicks to Saric. There's the dish to Fultz. Ball's knocked loose. There's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Green passes to Curry. Again, Curry missing.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Cousins pulls it in. Now here's Livingston, defended by Covington. Livingston kicks to Cousins. Shoots over Redick. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Cousins.
Cousins aggressive in the paint where he can do some serious damage to your defense.
Redick dishes to Saric. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And Green slams it in. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. And Saric kicks to Fultz. The 76ers with another miss. The Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Curry can't get it to go. 76ers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Embiid. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. Need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Fultz the pass to Embiid. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Fultz not just looking to score the ball, he also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Now here's Livingston. Defense is right there. 4 on the clock. And the wide open shot from Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists tonight. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open 3 for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? Why do you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin. Positionless.
Curry with the steal. And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. Livingston, that's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And it's Simmons penetrating. It's stolen by Green. He kicks to Cousins. Releases. And it's off the back rim. No good.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Simmons against Curry. Covington kicks to Redick. From 10 feet out.
Now that's all right there because Draymond angled his body so well defensively and altered that shot.
And there's the call on Dario Saric. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Jerebko's checked in. Here's Livingston. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Kicks it to Green. Shot clock at 5. Tries from 10. Green for 2 points. Green's got 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, Redick. Embiid with a screen on Green. Down low. It's stolen by Livingston. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. The shot's good from Jerebko. And now it's a 10-point Warrior lead.
And really pushing the tempo. Fast break buckets, a big factor for them offensively.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Shot to stop the run. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Saric.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Simmons against Curry. Inside, deflects the pass. Embiid with the steal. Saric attacking. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green for Philadelphia. They have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
At the line for 2.
And that one falls from Saric.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Green, and it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Saric nails them both.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
There's a screen. Curry with it. Outguarded by Simmons. And some changes here for the 76ers. Mike Muscala comes in for Embiid, and Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Dario Saric. The Warriors also with a sub. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Curry. Pass to Covington, back to Simmons. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Here's Iguodala, and no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. What is nice to see from Iguodala in the tail end of his career, Brent, is that he has actually gotten more efficient from the floor.
Well, Iguodala does a good job of picking and choosing his spots, and I think having the teammates that he has, drawing that kind of attention, guys like Curry, Durant, and certainly Klay Thompson from the perimeter opens up opportunities that Iguodala just can read so very well. Doesn't need to be risky with anything he does offensively.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
Big difference between aggressiveness and awareness. There's no way he's getting that rebound right there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Muscala. Some changes for Philadelphia. Amir Johnson's checked in for Red Hot, and it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. And then for Golden State, Bell comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and Cook subbed in for Sean Livingston. He hits both from the stripe.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Feeds it to Jerebko. 1:10 left in the first half. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Bell's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Back to Chandler. Pass to McConnell. Fires for 3. 76ers with a fresh shot clock. Muscala. The pass to McConnell. Johnson left side. Iguodala with the steal. Thompson outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. And now a 9-point Warrior lead. McConnell with it. He feeds it to Muscala. Over Jerebko. Muscala hits the bucket. Muscala's got 7.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Iguodala against Chandler. The screen from Thompson. Here's the screen. Lets the 3 fly. No good on that one. And so it's the Golden State Warriors heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Ernie
Show.
Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of 1. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7 points here at the half. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play.
That's it for halftime.
It's a glorious view of the lights of downtown Philadelphia, America's most historic city. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
And so far, he's giving them great production from deep. They've been able to kind of spread the floor because of it.
Well, his shooting has fueled the offense.
Warriors leading by 7. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Thompson and Durant, the sharpshooters at the 2 and the 3. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Draymond Green, and it's Iguodala in at the 5. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Simmons.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Simmons against Iguodala. Here's Durant, knocked away. Embiid with the steal. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. He's had 5 chances at the line, gone 4 for 5.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
And the first one at the line is good. Curry's checked in for the Warriors. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Warriors leading by 5.
You just watch the way the Warriors run their offense, and you have to think about the way that Steve Kerr had set things up. So many options and cuts on every play, using the three-point line to spread out the defense and find angles and niches to attack. Rarely relies on the ever-present NBA isolation plays.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Back to Simmons. For the 3, Chandler. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 6th rebound on the night. And with the fluid offense that Kerr has the Warriors running right now, Brent, it's as effective as it gets, and has been for his whole tenure. The passing is just superb.
Well, it's an unreal offensive system with unreal shooters, Kevin. And so, you know, guys understand that if we keep moving around and we keep moving the ball, everybody's going to have a shot to make a shot and to make the kind of contributions to the team offensively that they're used to. The fantastic part about what Steve's done, though, is the accountability on the defensive end, as Golden State is one of the primetime defenses every year.
Here's Durant. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I think he just has a great feel for what the defender is thinking. Durant using the up fake there to draw the foul.
The Warriors have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. First free throw is good. Durant hits them both.
Well, the pure length of Durant makes his shot so difficult to contest. Just one of many reasons he lives at the free throw line.
Now here's Simmons. Defense right on him. Redick dishes to Johnson. Green with the block. Shoots it. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
That's good from Simmons. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967.
The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. We just can't buy a bucket right now.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Durant's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. And Philadelphia calls time here. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
Sharge checked in for Philadelphia. Fultz comes in for J.J. Redick. Here's Simmons. And he gets it to go. Simmons got 14 points for the game.
And really, not much else you can do against Simmons. That close to the cup, this guy just too clever.
Iguodala kicks to Cousins. Shoots over Embiid. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Chandler the pass to Embiid. A three from Simmons. It's rebounded by Durant.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist in the game.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No doubt without these contributions, they'd be in a much deeper hole in this one, no question.
And there's the call on Dario Saric. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Green the screen. Thompson for the triple. Good on the triple. Thompson's got 19 points.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Simmons against Thompson. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the 3-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
Looney's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Iguodala. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Takes a 3. And Green with the basket on the assist by Thompson. 12 points for Draymond Green.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Thompson outside. The feed to Iguodala. Back to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Green the screen. From deep. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that game is the 2nd of 2 straight at home. Here's Simmons. And he lays it straight in. Simmons got 8 points here in this quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Outside, Green. Green, the screen. Durant with a wide open look. A 3-pointer, no good. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's Embiid. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA scoring-wise. 3rd is Stephen Curry. 4th, Kevin Durant.
Anytime these 2 guys are on the floor at the same time, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
And he makes the first.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the 2nd half.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Red Hot comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. The Warriors also with a sub. Curry's checked in. Warriors leading by 7. There's the triple. That one's rebounded by Embiid. 76ers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the 3rd quarter. A nice 62% from the field. The Warriors pull it in. Here's Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Durant's got 10.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. McConnell kicks to Saric. Out to the wing. Here's Fultz. The 76ers with another miss. The Warriors have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
And the 76ers time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Jerebko kicks to Thompson, and there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his first foul. Now here's Thompson. He's covered by McConnell. Passes to Curry from deep. The long distance three is buried. Curry's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Warriors. Now here's Fultz. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Covington kicks to McConnell. Another miss by Philadelphia. Warriors leading by 14. Thompson from long range. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average three-point attempts versus two-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for the Warriors.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Oh, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And that one falls for Looney. Philadelphia has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Muscala, the pass to Fultz. He dishes it to Covington. The pass to Fultz, trying to get back on track. But they get it back. Back to Covington. He kicks to Fultz. And not sure what he was thinking there. It's Curry outside. He doesn't hit that one. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Saric. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Philadelphia. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Warriors.
One shot, find the lanes.
Warriors leading by 19 points. Curry kicks to Cousins. Dishes it to Jerebko. Now here's Cousins. Tight defense on him. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Saric has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. That's now 8 points for Red Hot.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Curry dishes to Thompson. And Bell kicks to Curry. They set the pick. Pass to Thompson. Feeds it to Cousins. Over Muscala. That one a little long.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Over in the corner, Fultz. Here's Saric. Again, Philadelphia.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Outside Curry. They double team Curry. The dish now to Cousins. Looking to end his cold spell, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, Curry plays with such incredible rhythm and joy, not just in how he shoots the basketball, but really enjoys passing it as well. Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back to the action after this word. And a moment ago with head coach Steve Kerr.
Great start, fellas. Clay, your cutting is awesome. The movement without the ball is brilliant. Great stuff.
Good to hear that. Complimenting the motion. Steve Kerr likes this offense and how it's running right now.
And when the players and the ball never seem to stop, it really prevents a defense from getting set and digging in.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Muscala is out there with Saric. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then there's Red Hot, and it's Fultz in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Ben Simmons.
Puts it up off the inbound, and Simmons with the layup. Simmons got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Philadelphia. Curry kicks to Bell. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. It's going to be on Saric.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And the first one at the line is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The 76ers trail by 16. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Some turnovers necessary. That one, not so much.
The Warriors shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Curry kicks to Thompson. And he converts the layup. Thompson's got 23 points.
And Clay using his size down low to carve out just enough room, and then the high release point couldn't get to it.
Saric passes to Simmons. Unloads from 9. Simmons missing again. Warriors leading by 18. And Cousins kicks to Curry. Iguodala draws the double. Back to Curry. And it's blocked.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
To the middle. Here's Curry. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feet. Iguodala's got 3 assists tonight. And Redick kicks to Embiid. That's tipped. Cousins, no one around him, connects from 3-point range.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Green is checked in for the Warriors. 76ers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one made. And they call over the back here. Too much contact. Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information out there for GMs to get at.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
It's stolen by Curry, and now Curry running the floor all by himself. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. True on the 14-footer.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
And here are the 76ers now. Outside, Simmons. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. The Warriors making a switch here. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. On the wing, Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Smith for 3. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
And the wing jumper offline.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And here's Chandler from the arc, and Slim picks up the foul. That's his first foul. If you ever did decide to go into coaching, Brent, would you also like to be the general manager to ensure you have the players do you really want to coach?
Well, I'd also like a new car and a Learjet, Kevin. If I could get those two, I'll try my best. But
I hear you. I know.
I really think that relegating that role to somebody else that you can be on the same page with is the best way to go. It's a fresh set of eyes.
That's the key. I totally agree.
Fresh set of eyes, and they have the time to devote to what your team and your roster is going to need while you make sure you're developing the roster yourself. So I think having a general manager do his job and a coach do his job might be the way that I would prefer to do things, although we've seen other guys have success in both roles.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Slim. Red Hot comes in for Amir Johnson. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Smith. And it's Fultz in for Miracle Man. The shot by McConnell, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Durant, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Embiid goes back up. Fultz dishes to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And Fultz is a solid distributor, good at finding ways to get his guys involved.
Now here's Curry. Not a lot of room. Outside Durant, the tray. Durant with another miss.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish. And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
They set the pick. It's Curry outside. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Chandler, the pass to Covington. Here's Embiid. Chandler trying to free himself up. Embiid, no good. Warriors leading by 20. Thompson for the triple. Rebounded by Covington. And the 76ers with possession. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And that's just too easy, too big, too far inside. And that's as simple as it gets.
And the 76ers with some changes. Sharch checked in for Chandler. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And the Warriors also making a change. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Looney. Such an adjustment for young players drafted into the NBA, managing money, being accountable to your teammates, to, the many things. Oh!
Man, Man, Draymond Green offensively right now is owning this game.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Saric. Great D that time from Green.
Credit the defense wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Stolen by Thompson. Saric against Green. Here's Curry with the three. No good that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Kicks to Redick. It's Covington on the wing. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Good predictive steal by Klay Thompson. Makes a great read. Snatches that one away. Gets in the passing lane.
Fultz kicks to Embiid. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Embiid's got 29 in the game.
Tough to fault him for the struggles of the team so far. He has been solid. It's the rest of the guys that need to come along for the ride.
Green against Saric. Here's Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And now it's 27 points for Klay Thompson. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
Simmons checked in for Fultz. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Embiid. Here's Simmons, a second chance effort, and the rejection by Cousins. Outside Curry. Shot from 12. That's short off the rim. And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Green has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Use it as a challenge, almost an insult, if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Green, the screen. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Draymond Green. Jerebko comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson.
The incredible focus of Simmons. Nothing gets to this guy, even when he's getting bodied by the defense.
Here's Cousins, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Up top, Simmons, guarded by Curry. With the premium players and outside shooting, Brent, plus defensive rules that lessen the need to defend in isolation, will we see guys playing for more years than ever before? Less wear and tear because there's less of it inside in games.
You know, it's a great point, Kevin. I think that you're right about that. I also think that whatever we're doing off the court in terms of the players with nutrition and training regimen, that's going to be another reason why we'll see players be very effective well into their late 30s and sometimes into their early 40s, which is about my limit, Kev. I'm still effective at 45.
You are. Very effective at 45. From outside the arc, good on the three-point shot. Curry's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep and that has to be a relief.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Steph Curry.
Really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for 4.
Number 10.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Muscala, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Johnson comes in for Saric. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Red Hot. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. Now Urebka, 5 to shoot. And stolen by Simmons. All alone, and Simmons slams it in.
How about the activity of Simmons, mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult on the opposition. So good at getting steals.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Very intense game tonight. How did you guys keep your